Good morning again. So, can I have your attention, please? Today we are going to discuss the second part of our presentation, writing and presentation skills. At the end of the session, if we have time, some of you have asked what kind of questions will come from this topic, how do we answer, etc., etc. So at the end of the presentation, if we have time, we will quickly go through the slides and I will ask some questions to you and let us see if you are able to answer. Okay. Now coming back to presentation skills, do you recollect what are the 3 steps I told you when you are presenting something? For example, if I ask you to present, when we say presentation, usually it is a PowerPoint presentation to a audience. Okay. So what are the 3 P's of 3 pillars of yes please? Plan, prepare, third P, present. Okay. First we have to plan and then prepare our slides and then present. I think we have finished planning and preparation, if I am correct. No? Okay. So we have to start with preparation. Okay. Okay, so I think we stopped with planning, if I am correct. Or we didn't do this at all? We didn't start? Okay, okay. Okay, first plan. So what do I mean by plan? These are the 3 P's of presentation. First P is planning. Anything in life, when we say you have to plan, first we need to fix the goal. What am I planning? Where am I going? What is the purpose of this particular task? So first, set your goal. Think of ideas. If you are going to talk about a cat, like what we discussed last class, brainstorm ideas. Everybody knows about cat. How are we going to catch the attention of the audience? In what way my presentation is going to be different? Can I make it more interesting? Can I add more stories? Can I add my flavor to it? So just brainstorm the ideas, identify the suitable resources, and know your audience before. Why? Is it going to make difference? Why should I know the audience? For example, we take classes for nursing students as well as medical students. Should I know same topic? But should I know whom I am talking to? Definitely. The way I speak to you will be different from the way I speak to them. My examples will be different. The way we interact will be different. So you have to know your audience. Okay, let us assume we have planned. Now, preparation. So how do we prepare? In writing skills, I told you, you should have an outline, is it not? Before starting to write, you should have an outline. This is my main idea, sub-idea, this is the important point I am going to focus. Same thing applies here also. You need to have an outline. That is what I call as follow an organization. This PowerPoint or any presentation is different from a writing assignment. Here we have to have clearly 3 parts. Number 1, opening. Tell them what you are going to say. As I told you, today we are going to discuss this topic because of this reason. And then you should have a message. Like what I am doing now. We are going in depth. we are going into the details of what is presentation. And then the third step is very important, closing, summary. After half an hour or after 40 minutes, when I close my talk, I have to summarize what did we discuss. So the 3 steps, tell them what you are going to say, and then tell them, finish with the summary. These are the 3 important parts. We will see one by one. As I told you in the writing skills, the first slide should be the opening slide. Obviously, what should contain? Your name, the organization, your affiliation, etc., etc. This should be the first slide. Did I do this? Yes. In my PowerPoint, if you go to the first slide, this will be the first slide. What is the second slide? In writing skills, what did I say? Second page should be second page of writing skill. Table of contents. Same thing here also. We don't call it table of contents, we call it objectives. What is that we are going to talk? Like this. Break down the contents and then put bullet points. Similar to writing a table of contents, in presentation this will be list of objectives. And then you start your actual presentation. How do I do it? Can I have several slides and just rush through? No. First ask the organizer how much time I get. For example, we know each faculty is given 40 minutes or 1 hour. Sometimes we are given only 20 minutes. So we need to know the timing of the presentation. And based on that, we have to decide 1 or 2 slides per minute, not more than that. And we also encourage point by point, not a big paragraph. It will be very boring and it will be very difficult for the audience to follow. Just make it like a bullet point, not more than 6 sentences. There is a rule for PowerPoint, 6, 6, 6. 6 sentences or 6 lines. Each line should not contain more than 6 words, and the font should be more than 26 or 36 for the title, 26 for the text. So it's better we follow this particular format. Avoid too many words, show one point at a time. If you look at this slide, the same content almost we have put at the top and the bottom. Which one is more easier for your brain to see or feel, the upper 4 bullets or the paragraph at the bottom? It's usually the broken one, because our human mind don't like complex things. We always like simple things. We want everything to be more clearer and communicated in a proper way. So in your PowerPoint, please ensure you keep bullets like this and not a paragraph. Okay? What is animation use? Yes. Yes, animation is a big heading. What he says is an animation which we do it in, using a software, making different things move in different directions. So animation is a very powerful tool to explain complex topics in any field for that matter. When I say animation in a PowerPoint, same thing, but here we use the animation for each point to appear. Sometimes it will fly from up, fly from down. It will follow different instructions, whatever you give. It's good to use animation, but anything more than what is required is not good. So how do we use animation? There are certain guidelines. Do not use distracting animation. Some animations are, you will feel like you're going to get headache. Very fast, very irregular, haphazard. Okay, so we have to choose your animation wisely. Avoid noisy animation. If you are talking to an academic crowd like this, please avoid noisy animation. If it is something cultural program, you want have fun, and then you can have noise for each bullet to attract attention of a larger crowd. For an academic animation, we don't advise noisy ones. Be consistent and use simple animation. So what is it we are trying to say? Don't use complex animations with different colors, bright colors. No, it's not good. Next one is the font. Nowadays, font is a business by itself. Every company, they want to introduce their own font. They want to have their copyright. They want to, show their uniqueness. So if you are a fan of fonts, if you open the font, it gets updated very frequently. Different styles. But for academic purposes, we advise to follow 4 or 5 standard fonts. Why? It is pleasing to the student. It's very clear. Not all students will have good vision. Some of us may have some difficulty in the cortex, processing of the picture. So we have to keep everybody in mind. So we have to have a font which is easy on the brain. So what are the fonts we advise? It's called Times New Roman. Why Times New Roman? If you look at these fonts, Tahoma, Verdana, Calibri and Arial, it will not have lots of curves. Okay, it will be very simple and the ending will be clear. H, if you put H, all the ends of the H will be very clear. It will not be fading or it will not be tapering. It is very smooth, consistent. So this our brain can comprehend very easily. So for exams, you just have to remember what are the commonly advised fonts. These are the commonly advised fonts. When you know what is advised, you should also know what is not advised, is it not? So these are some of the fonts which we don't advise, which are more curvy and it doesn't say it is E or R or A, it all look very similar. So we don't advise fonts like this. So the above is the correct option, the down is the wrong option. Okay, I choose my font. What should be the size? It depends on the size of the lecture hall. Most of the lecture halls are bigger than this or at least this size. So it's good idea you know what is the length of audience you are going to speak. But if you don't know the length of the audience or structure of the lecture hall, this is the standard size. For title, it is 40. Just like a formula. Remember, title, it's better keep it 40. For subtitle, better to keep it 32. And the content, 24. Don't use anything of 12 or less than 12. Very, very difficult for the audience to see. So 40 for the main heading or for the title slide, the first slide, where you tell this is my topic. Only there you use 40 for the first slide. For all other slides, for subtitle, this is the subtitle. Here you can use 32. And when you say content, this is the content where you can use 24. So what are the magic numbers? 40, 32 and 24. What you should not use or avoid using? Anything 12 or less than 12. The 12 also has a special place where you can use 12 is for the, like this, footnotes. Many presentations, it's a good practice, you have to add the footnote. I didn't add it to mine, maybe from next presentation I will add. So every slide should tell the topic, the institution and the date, if possible a slide number, And if it is going to be a presentation of your research, then you can put reference for the research. So footnotes, always good. It adds more value to the PowerPoint. So this is the only place where we advise 12. Okay, otherwise only 40, 32 and 24. Some of us are fans of combination, Sometimes it is good, but not always. In an academic setting, we don't advise combining different fonts. Maybe up to 2 it's okay. For heading you can have one font, for the context you can have another font. If you combine too many fonts, it will take away the main objective. So it's better to avoid small font sizes, bold or italics, better to avoid. Can I use capital letters? We don't recommend. Why? Reading everything in a capital letter, your brain gets tired. Can you tell me why? What is the difference between do not use capital letters, this sentence, and presentation tips, this and this? What is the difference? Okay, here you can see the dots. Okay. First of all, is there a difference? Yes, definitely there is a difference. Okay. Anything else? Yes, there is one more. One more, yes. Okay, correct. Then, so there are emotional component, comprehension component. So many people, even on a survey, they say no. Whenever we see something in capital letters, we think caution or emergency. We have to avoid. And not only that, look at this. The P, the down stroke. The T upstroke is going up. The P is coming down. So you see the variation. It's very easy for the brain to know anything goes up can be only T or L or H. Anything comes down is P or Q. So brain is very fast in knowing the letters. If the brain says this, all are same, the T doesn't go up. Do we have anything else? Okay. L doesn't go up, everything of the same size. Very difficult. So the brain has to spend more time. Where is the T? Where is the L? Where is the H? The language processing becomes difficult. If it is a small font or, not capital letters, if it is sentence case, the brain absorbs it very easily. And as he mentioned, I is shown distinctly. So within a fraction of a second, the brain will know, oh, there are 2 I's, 2 P's, 2 T's, so probably this word is the presentation. Otherwise, to understand the word presentation, it has to spend a lot of time. So it's very easy for the scientific explanation for this. Makes text hard to read. So does it mean we should never use capital letters? We can use for acronyms. BMC, MMR, maternal mortality rate, BMI, body mass index, WHO, World Health Organization. So if it is an acronym, we advise capital letters. Or you want to emphasize something, if you are very strict with some particular rule, then you put it in capitals. Don't come late to the class. You can put LATE, DONT in capitals. So if you want to emphasize something, you can put them in capitals. Should I not use italics at all? You can use, as I told you in writing skills, if you are using something verbatim from a textbook, use italics. For quotes, for laws, for any principle, if you are not going to change it, just put it in italics. Okay. One more important point is color. So in font, what all did we discuss? You have to pay attention to the size. So what is the size? 40 for the title slide, then 32 for the subtitle, then 24 for the content, and 12 for the footnotes. And what did we decide for the style? Style. Arial, Times New Roman, Verdana, Tahoma, all these things are pleasant. And we avoid curvy or very fancy style. And what did we decide for case, sentence case or capitals? Sentence case is more pleasant. And the fourth point you have to keep in mind is color. What color do I use? Of course, it's all individual preference, but there are certain guidelines. More contrast is better. Again, as I told you, not all students will have similar processing. Lots of eye problems are coming up. There are many students who cannot process the contrast. So, for all academic purposes, we want to make it as easy as possible for the brain, so it should be maximum contrast. I am not going into the details of what do I mean by contrast, but for making it simple, two colors should be distinct: black and white, yellow and blue, red and green. Don't use black with grey or cream with yellow. It becomes very difficult. Use font color that is very contrast, dark font on a light background. So maybe like this, white with the blue or white with the black. And you can also use different colors to emphasize a particular point. For example, in this slide, I want to show you that this is good, blue font on a white background. So I put it in a different color. So when you see this slide, your brain automatically goes to that particular line. So if you want to show something very important, you can use a different color other than the surrounding text. Avoid using different multiple colors, maybe 2 or 3, not more than that. 2 is the standard recommendation. And use backgrounds which are lighter, like this, half white, white. Avoid backgrounds that are distracting or difficult to read. You may be wondering, who uses such backgrounds? If you start attending many classes from many faculty or from other colleges, you will be surprised to see what kind of PowerPoints they use. So not everybody follows the rules. So then only you will understand the importance of choosing everything very wisely. So avoid distracting PowerPoints. Do you think this is a good combination? I'll show you some examples. You let me know which one is good. This is the first one is option A, B, C, D. Which one is good for you? C, okay, C is the best. When compared to A and B, what is better? A. So please avoid combinations like what I have shown. Why? Because there is not enough contrast. Can I use pictures in my PowerPoint? Very much. Okay. In fact, there is a saying, a picture is worth of 1,000 words. Our brain, when was these letters invented? If you look at the evolution, we all grew up looking at pictures. These letters and all is only recent invention. Our brain loves to see pictures. It can interpret pictures very easily. So if you have a picture, instead of a big paragraph, use a picture. And in medicine, is it important? Yes. In medicine, why do we use graph in medicine? Why? Okay, show the ECG or echo, the reading x-axis, y-axis. Okay, anything else? More details? Anything else? For example, how will I know the mortality rate I want to know the mortality rate in Bahrain for past 10 years. Mortality rate means how many people died. Okay. Mortality rate due to accident, road traffic accident. What is the easiest way to project? By a graph, the trend. It will show you 10 years back it was like this and now it is like this. So at the moment I say, I know if it's going up or going down. The moment I say, I know, oh, it's Manama, it's the trend is like this. In Jaffa, the trend is different. So all this content can be brought into picture very easily. So it's easy to comprehend. And also for patient data, we have to tell the patient if he is improving or going down. His values. What was his value 3 months back and what is his value today. So for all these things we use graph, which makes it very easy. Can you overkill? Can you show lots of lines in a graph for a patient or for a normal student? No, never do that unless you're doing a PhD. Don't show lots of information. This is definitely not a good idea. This is easier, but again, too many data. Why it's wrong? Because the font size is very small and it's not self-explanatory, and I think all are capital letters on the left side. So sometimes we will give you a picture and say identify one mistake or identify why this is not correct or bad. So just keep everything in mind and see. Okay, same data. If I ask you which month is more, is it February or March from the first tabular column or the second picture from where you can tell very easily? Second one. So for interpretation is very, very easy to use graph. This graph, for some reason, it's wrong. Can you pay attention and tell me? Color, okay, too much of gradient, okay, and the background is gray and this is yellow, not, the contrast is there but not very much. Yes? Yes, font is too small. Anything else? Wait, yeah.
The axes are not.
Okay, this background lines are actually not needed. Anything else? Yes.
Here's the blue and red. Here is the green and.
Yes, correct. They say maybe they should have put a blue color to say blue balls and red color to say red balls, which would have made more easier for us to understand. Yes? There is no title, and yes, if you can identify these many mistakes, that's more than enough. And very, very important. Just like in writing, if you see, there is not much of a difference between writing and presentation. Some of the rules are the same. You have to plan, you have to brainstorm, you have to have an outline, you should have a heading, main content, summary, conclusion, reference, etc. All are same for writing and presentation. The only thing is the skill. In writing, you just write and send it. In presentation, you have to convince your audience. You have to stand there and talk. So presentation, you have to follow certain additional additional guidelines. Why? Because it's live. What if I make mistake in a writing assignment? Maybe my teacher will tell me later, it is only one-on-one. Okay. If I make a mistake on a live audience, it doesn't feel good. It will put you down. Your confidence will go down. It's not confidential anymore. So always pay attention to spelling, grammar, and punctuation. So it's always a good idea to ask your friend, okay, a genuine friend, before doing any presentation. You can ask his or her opinion. please look at my presentation and look for. Does it mean you don't know English? No. Two eyes or two pairs of eyes are always better than one pair of eyes. We are biased against our own presentation because it's your child. However it looks, you think, oh, it is the best. Only when the other person looks with an unbiased manner, they will identify the mistakes. Okay. This is the last part of your presentation, not my presentation. I have few more slides to go. In your presentation, you have to end with conclusion. What is conclusion? It's something like a summary. Yeah. Yes. Even when you discuss with someone one-on-one, a business deal or something important, before you leave, it's always good to summarize. Okay, what did we discuss today? A, B, C, D. If you're planning something, before you leave, you remind everybody, okay, you bring this, you bring that, and let us meet next week. The conclusion is very important, not only in a presentation, even on a day-to-day basis. So you just mention what are the key points. Audience likely to remember the last slide because, including me, I may be distracted during the presentation, sleeping, talking to my friends, watching social media. The last slide, usually we wake up. Okay, oh, teacher is going to go. Apada, it's free for us. Let us see the last slide. So try to put the takeaway points, the main points in the last slide. Take-home message should be in the last slide and summarize your presentation. And always don't assume you have said everything, they understood everything. There should be a slide for questions or clarification. Okay? And then also it's a good idea to thank the audience for their attention or for their time. Now comes the actual presentation. So what did we learn for past 20 minutes? It's all about how to prepare your PowerPoint. Okay. So let us imagine you are going to a big university, delivering a talk to first year medical students. You know the topic, you have done your PowerPoint, you are dressed up nicely, you are there, and now you are going to present. How should you present? Okay. The first step, is it so important to get dressed up? You should not overdress or you should not, take it very lightly. It's always a good idea to look at the cultural differences. Some countries, some universities, they want you to be very formal, Some not so. So it's always better to see the guidelines and you should look decent. When I say dressing, doesn't mean you should buy expensive clothes or all branded ones. No, but it should be decent. It should be humble. And it should be pleasant. You should not show someone like you are very big shot and the audience are very low. So just know your crowd and dress appropriately. Introduce yourself before you speak. Very important. As I did last class, I didn't start my talk. I just told I am so and so, I am working in so and so department. I'll be taking classes for you. So it's a good practice to introduce yourself. If you are very big shot, someone will introduce you. Okay? They will say so and so has come. We are happy to have this particular person deliver this talk. What will you do after someone else introduces you? You will thank the person who introduced you. Okay? Okay. Maintain eye contact, not in a very creepy way. Okay? Just see that you are able to see all the students and you know what they are doing, you know who is focusing on you, you know who is distracted, who is not interested. So when you maintain eye contact, you will get the feel of the audience. Be natural, very important. Sometimes we try to imitate others. If you ask me, I have some role models. I like their presentations. Knowingly or unknowingly, sometimes I try to imitate them. You know, it's okay if you imitate one or two things, but not everything. You will not get it. You are different and that particular person is different. You try to act natural, and very important, don't try new accent. If you are going to America and delivering, you can never get American accent. Don't try. British accent, no. You go to India, you can never get our accent. Okay. So you be comfortable with your own accent, be natural and deliver the speech. What is this hand movements? Don't move too much and don't stand like a robot. Everything in balance. Okay, now I think this is even more important. As some of you told me, voice modulation. Should you keep on talking? No. Whenever there is a possibility, you have to practice silence. Luckily, many of you are focusing, so I have not stopped my lecture. If half of the class starts talking, if half of you are not interested, then I might stop and say, those of you who are not interested, kindly leave the hall. Even if I have 10 students with me, I will be happy to talk to them. Anyway, you get your attendance, so don't sit inside and disturb others. So you have to maintain some kind of assertiveness and also practice silence as much as possible. Avoid being overconfident, avoid jargons, manage your time well, and handle questions wisely and politely. Very important. Some of you might ask very simple questions. I shouldn't say, oh, you don't know this also. You finished grade 12, you have come to a college and you're asking a silly question. Never. No question is silly. Okay? You have to handle them politely. Sometimes you will get irritating questions, especially if the media is involved. If you're talking to people of diverse communities, you may have to handle complex questions, but handle them wisely. Okay? Don't get into trouble or don't hurt a particular person or a particular organization. Just try to be as neutral as possible. So, there's one more. I thought that was the last line. So posture, yes, important. When I say posture, you should not stand like this and deliver. Try not to show your back as much as possible. Your only front should face the audience, not the back. This many of you are doing in tutorials. You know how the tutorial works. Session 1 of tutorial, we all will sit and discuss. Session 2 of tutorial, you will follow all these things. Yes, please. During second session of the tutorials, you will create your own PowerPoint and you will present. So many a times we see the students, they are not confident, they just face the board and show their back. Please don't do that. How can you get confident? You can practice several times before, you know the content better, and then you will feel confident. Use humor, but don't try too hard. Okay? Sometimes it might backfire. If it comes naturally, it's okay. Otherwise, I know some speakers who don't use humor at all, but their presentations are very effective, very strong. Some of them use humor very nicely. You just can't forget what they taught you. Humor makes learning very easy. Okay? But use it wisely. Maintain the interest, practice ahead, stay calm and relaxed. Whatever happens, you continue with your presentation. You focus on people who focus on you and try to thank the audience at the end. Okay. Now, for next 5-10 minutes, we will revise, or I will ask you questions. Let us see if you have understood the presentation and let us see if you are able to answer. Okay, don't look at the PowerPoint now to answer. Close your tabs. Try to recollect from what you have learnt before, and I will ask a few questions. Okay, this is my summary. Okay. Yeah. My first question. Give me some examples of where you can write, where you can use writing skills. As a medical student, what are the areas you can use writing skills? Yes? Research, yes? Assignment, yes? Research, assignment, dissertation, sometimes, what is the other one? A scientific report. So these will be the options. So I think this question you will be able to answer easily. Definition of presentation. What do you mean by a presentation? The process. We will give the definition and ask you, what do you think? I will give you the definition. It's a process of communicating knowledge, thoughts and ideas to specific audience. Option A, writing. Option B, presentation. Option C, something else, something else. So what will you choose? It's a process of communicating knowledge, ideas to a specific. See, all questions may not be very easy like this, but I'm just saying this is a range of questions you can expect. What is the presentation circuit? What are the 4 components? When I present, what are the 4 things must? Can I present with an audience? Without an audience? No. Then I'll be termed mad. Can you sit for a long time pretending to listen to me? No. There has to be audience, there has to be a presenter. Then can I present without the PowerPoint? There has to be a content. Then context. So 4 things: presenter, audience, message and the context. Okay. How do you choose your topic? What are the, tell me 3 criteria to choose a topic. Okay, common, meaning you can get references. The topic you should like. It should be also relevant to the audience. So 3 things. It should be applicable to me, relevant to you, and I should be able to make a PowerPoint. There has to be references available. So these are the criteria for choosing a topic. What are tell me 3 authentic reference which I can use in my presentation. No, not the style, the source of information. From where can I get the information? And for academic presentations is textbook. Number 1, textbook. Yes. Internet will be the last, not anything else. Newspaper just before the internet, textbook, and then journals, and you can say trusted website. Don't say internet. Internet is something very broad. You can get hell to heaven, anything from internet. So you use the word trusted website, meaning AGU website or from Harvard or Oxford. So these are the common resources. And we will give a definition and ask you. Okay, I'll tell you the definition. Making the list of references at the end of your presentation or assignment in numerical or alphabetical order. What is this called? Arranging your references at the end of the assignment in a particular order. What is this called? Citation is in between the text. At the end of the presentation you put all references? Bibliography. Okay. So this is the word we expect. When you arrange all the references in a particular order, it is called bibliography. Are there any softwares for bibliography? Can you name one or two softwares to arrange your references in a proper manner? Excel? So we were using Excel when these softwares were not available, but now we have, they're called reference management systems. Can you give some example? EndNote, EndNote, there is a picture in your presentation, you can go back and see. ReferenceWorks, Mendeley, these are the Zotero, these are the few common reference management systems. Just know the names. And next question will be, what are the styles available for presentation? Not font style. When I say font style, then Times New Roman, Verdana, Arial, etc. This is the style for referencing. So what are I told you, remember two cities, two universities, Chicago, Harvard, Chicago and Harvard are, no, Oxford and Harvard are university. We have styling. Two cities, Chicago and Vancouver, and the most common one is APA. Okay, just remember some of the font styles, some of the reference styles, reference management systems. If you know these examples, I think you should be able to answer. Okay, now again we'll give you a definition. Arranging the content in a particular manner even before writing your assignment. What do you call that? Outline. Good, good, nice. Can you start writing just after the outline? What is the next step between outline and the actual draft? Rough draft, or it's a draft. It's not the final one. We call it as a draft. What is the process of checking for errors? Grammar errors, checking for. Yeah, when I say checking for syntax or grammar error, it is called proofreading. When I say checking for ideas or arrangement of the ideas, arrangement of the content, it is called editing or revising. So there are two different things. Proofreading is very simple, like at a very superficial level, at the language level, whereas revising is at the content level. Okay. And then you should have a title page. We will ask you what should be the content of the title page. If there is an option like outline, can outline be the part of the title page? No. So just look for the options. So title page should have name, course name, university name, date, etc., etc., but not the outline. Where will be the outline be? In table of contents. Arranging the contents in a proper way with page number is called table of contents. And what are the 3 P's for presentation? Plan, prepare and present. Okay, good. What are the 3 things you have to keep in mind? Your presentation should have 3 divisions: introduction, main part and conclusion. Okay, even your assignment should have 3 parts: introduction, the main content and the conclusion. Okay, so please remember that. Cover slide, objectives, animation use. Just you read the PDF again and again. I think you will be able to answer most of the questions. You should know the font type. It should be readable. Times New Roman, Tahoma, Verdana, font size. Can you tell me what is the size for title slide? 40, subtitle 32, and the content could be 24. And we will give you some combinations and ask you if it is right or do you agree. Then you have to choose the correct one. Choose sentence case, don't choose with capital letters, and also we will combine italics with the small font, then don't choose that. So we will give you different options. If you pay attention, I think you can very easily select which one is the most recommended one. Should we use contrasting background or a similar background? Contrast. The more contrast is the better. Yeah. Is it advisable to use graph if you want to present trends over a long time? Yes, the graph, bar chart, any pictures, so it becomes very easy. And we will give you a particular picture and ask you to find what is wrong. Okay. Identify at least 2 mistakes or identify 1 mistake. So just look at the picture and see for the title, look for the background, look for the color, and also see if the content is simple. I think that's it. And of course we will have many questions on presentation tips. The last 21 points, just go through them. We will give those points in different combinations and ask you which one is good, which one is bad. So I wish you all the best for your exam. Let us meet next week with another topic. Thank you. No. Your exam is in November, 1st or 2nd week. November 12th, I think. Midterm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Right. So
I just said all the best. I think 5.
5
5 or 6. This one.
and the one after. The one after it.
No.
Fourth?
No. 4th lecture, but on how many topics over? Learning style, time management.
4 presentations.
We will tell you maybe next class. See, can I have your attention? You will have an assignment on writing and presentation skills. We will upload in Moodle and let you know. You will not present like this, okay? It's only uploading. Okay. I will tell you. Whatever is complete, whatever topic is completed till the midterm will come in the midterm exam. Okay. So till the end of October, we have. When is your midterm? November 12th or from 7th preparation starts. So whatever is taught till November 1st week, you will have in your midterm. Okay, I think it's 6 topics or 7 topics, I'm not sure. Yeah. Maybe next week I will check. Yeah. Any more queries? Yeah. See, we will tell you about, can I have your attention for a minute? It's not a group assignment, it's an individual assignment. We will upload it in the Moodle. So each one of you will be doing, all of you will be doing the same thing.
What's the topic?
We will tell you. We will. Huh? I will upload in another 1 or 2 days. We will give you probably 1 week to complete. You will have enough time to complete. But try to make it as unique as possible. Don't choose the same topic as your friend. Try to keep it different. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. It's up to you. You can. Yeah. Actually, the one assignment is Word assignment, Word document. And the second assignment is a PowerPoint. There will be two assignments, one for writing, one for preparation of the PowerPoint.
Like taking a video of myself.
No need.
They will be about which topic?
You can choose. We will put it like choose topic in medical field. You can choose whichever. We will upload maybe today. Before the midterm. See, you have to submit your assignment before the midterm so that we grade your assignment, we give marks for your assignment.
Can you put the assignment quickly so we have time?
Yes. Today, inshallah, before 4 or 5, I'll try to upload. I will put that also. Any topic related to medical field, not apple or orange. Something.
Are we doing
Yes, or whatever I told you, you have to proofread. If there are, yes. It's easy, not that difficult. And assignment, we will tell you how many words, maybe 500 words or 700 words or 10 slides, 12 slides. So if you sit for a few hours with focus. You don't present here. Yes. Right now it is only writing a Word document, one topic, preparing a PowerPoint and uploading both in the Moodle. Yeah.
So we do it like a PowerPoint.
PowerPoint and Word document?
Yes.
PowerPoint?
Yes. Yeah.
Both or they
That is up to you, but we advise you choose same or different, it's up to you. But both you have to do. Half a mark for Word document, half a mark for.
لا مش هتشيل.
Yeah, they're telling, see. I don't know.
There is